Good morning and welcome to Kevin's TV. It is a beautiful and glorious day today. The Lord has blessed us with another day, and our hearts goes to those who did it or are on the sick and shut-in. Today's video will be dedicated to the youth to better help understand why some of our civil rights activists and leaders were assassinated during the civil rights movement or so. First off, we'll talk about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As we all or most know that he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee at the at the Lorraine Motel by James Earl Ray, a white man while advocating for sanitation workers. Assassination is a murder or secret attack of most public figures or conspiracy theories, meaning something that was set up to be done without people actually knowing. Now, we have President John F. Kennedy, a former president who, John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas by Lee Harvey Oswald. While Kennedy wasn't opposed to the civil rights movement, Dr. King, however, did everything in his power and led speeches and other events to encourage Mr. President to pass a law of desegregation and racism. Eventually, that did ended up happening later on. Now, Malcolm X, who was assassinated in Audubon, New York, just a few miles from Harlem, he was shot and killed by a group of white men just before giving his Afro-American Unity speech. All because he was an African-American Muslim that was associated with the civil rights movement. Again, I told you Malcolm X was more so we're going to fight about it instead of talking about it. Rosa Parks. Now, Rosa Parks, who was known for her civil rights movement, also for being arrested for not giving up her seat to the white man on the bus. Well, she died of natural causes. So you have some leaders who died of natural causes, some who were assassinated. Now, most of these deaths have left significant impact on a lot of individuals who were a part of the movement, and even some who were just interested in or who have questions or want to know more about Black history. I told you all once, history can mold you, teach you, make you cry, or even give you a little joy. Now, with this being, I hope that my youth and others have gotten a little bit information out of this video. I had to break it down in a small but big way so that people can understand. And it's like yesterday's video. My 4-year-old sister, she gave a lot of facts about Black history that most grade school students or adults don't know, and that's why we use our resources to learn. So we're going to break it down a little bit and give a little information. Also, most of our civil rights leaders, they were actually killed because people didn't like what they were doing. And it's like my sister, she said that, well, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was killed because some of the black men and white men didn't like what he was doing, but the majority of the white men and women didn't like what he was doing, or some workers didn't like what he was doing also. John F. Kennedy, for example, he didn't like what Dr. Martin Luther King was doing. He didn't like the fact that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was trying to bring Black people and white people together. He didn't like the fact that Dr. Martin Luther King was trying to get rid of segregation or racism. Excuse me, you guys. I'm getting ready for church, so I have to speed this video up a little bit. But Rosa Parks, for example, she she didn't um she didn't give up her seat on the bus, but she didn't become assassinated. Rosa Parks died of natural causes. Um, John F. Kennedy was assassinated by other white men because they didn't like how he was being as a president. You know, Black history, I tell you guys, Black history is one of the most